I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's do it to it, right?
Taylor ham, glazed ham, Cade Cunningham. It don't matter. Knicks in 5. I said it, I meant it, and now you're hearing it stolen in the wild. Detroit trying to block the Knicks fans from buying tickets because they know what's coming. The Garden travels, baby. Cade's about to get cooked like Sunday breakfast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
Boy, oh boy, I got a stacked episode for you today. Soto struggling in Queens or just some New York paranoia? Little Knicks, Cade country? That's what we're calling it? Cade country? Nah. And everybody got fired, so cool. Rodgers out, speaking of getting fired. Aaron Glenn in. And the Jets find themselves in it again. You know already. You've tuned in. This is Rice on the Mics, episode 8. Let's get going.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Well, we're just about over 2 weeks into the season. And Yankee fans are already doing Shakespeare in the group chats over Juan Soto. He's struggling. He's struggling. He's pressing, as everybody likes to call it. But he's fouling stuff off. He's working the counts. He's making good contact. I've seen him rip so many balls, hard as shit, fouled on the line. He's not broken. He's adjusting. Let's call it adjusting, okay? Every hitter has that, 2 for 18, 1 for 11 stretch. But it feels bigger, one, when you're a Met and you're in New York, and 2, when you're a $750 million face of the franchise. But here we are, Met fans freaking out. Jason Bay 2.0 trending on Twitter. Guys, please, I'm here to say, as your resident Met lover, Met aficionado, Met savant, maybe Met even autistic, chill out, okay? Everything's going to be fine. Look, Lindor is hitting in April. That's something that never happens, okay? And as I've said before, Pete is seeing the benefits because Soto's not getting the pitches. Well, guess what? Eventually, they're going to start giving the pitches to Soto because they don't want to deal with Pete. Pete's got 7 home runs already. 7. He only needed 26 to break the record for all-time home runs for the Mets this year. Boys, Met fans need to relax, okay? And Yankee fans, too. Look, they're acting like Soto forgot how to hit. No. Just showed up in a town where 0-4 is a federal case. Hell, 0-5 is a federal case. And I will say, everybody panicked a little bit a couple games ago. Went 0-5, 3 strikeouts, and, when does Soto strike out? But it's not the player. It's just a little bit of pressure. New York eats its own until you win. God, look at Namath. Jets fans are still holding on to Namath. We'll hold on. We'll get back to that. Look at Messier. If you win in New York, you don't just never pay for a meal in your life. You walk on water like Jesus. Okay? Everything's going to be fine with Soto. Met fans need to relax, need to dial it back a little bit. Got to remember, he's adjusting. He's figuring it out. He picked us, though, boys. Us. And that only opens the door to more and more free agents. You want protection in the lineup? You'll get it. Vientos is going to be real hot soon. McNeil's coming back. The Beatty experiment is over. Acuna's going to be in this lineup, which is the speed that we need. Marte is always good for some stuff, even if it is old age. I'm super excited about this Mets season. And look, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm killing the Yankees or I'm about to kill the Yankees. I'm really just getting on the fans because they're getting on me. But they're winning games as of right now, and they're first in their division as of right now. But outside of Max Fried, the pitching has been horrendous. My God. Rodon got shelled again, and fine, you're striking guys out. But everyone is waiting on bated breath for the implosion after the umpire gives you a bad call, okay? And they aren't going to give you the benefit of the doubt, by the way, either. You've walked 12 guys in already in 4 starts. Stroman, who every Yankee fan in spring training wanted out, now has to stay because you don't have anybody else. He gets shelled again. Look, he's a ground ball pitcher that notoriously starts hot in the first half and then loses it in the second half. And if he's losing it in the first half, oh boy. I'll give him credit. It's tough to be a ground ball pitcher in a small ballpark, but it's not like there's errors. It's just he's getting shelled. And Will Warren, who's the prospect that was, supposed to come up like Luis Hill and fill that role, and, you guys stepped in shit with him with the Rookie of the Year, and now you're just expected to have the Rookie of the Year again with him. I mean, he got pulled after 2 innings yesterday. That's not what you're looking for. Not at all. But again, the Yanks, they're winning. And it's because of the hitting. Judge is already off to a monster year. Ben Rice, shout out Rice on the mics, is looking pretty good. He's looking great. And he's first base and catcher eligible, so you can kind of carry a third catcher without having to carry a third catcher. Jason Dominguez, kid can play, man. Everybody shit on him for left and that he can't field and this and the other. And, yeah, sometimes it looks a little rough. But the rule is if you hit, you don't sit. And he's hitting. So just maybe has to start wearing some rec specs after that contact got knocked out. And Goldie's great. Goldie's looking good. He's a true professional. We love Goldie around here. And anything was better than Rizzo from last year. So if 4 of the 9 guys in your lineup are hitting, you're gonna win some games. So I'm not entirely killing the Yankees. I'm giving credit where credit is due. But oh boy, that pitching, you boys better figure it out. Better figure it out quick. Well, maybe not quick. It is April. I can't say it's only April for the Mets, and you better figure it out quick for the Yankees. So it's April. But I'll be fair. There's some work to be done. Also, just some quick news around the league before we really dive into the meat here. Judge, WBC captain, another New Yorker. I'm not mad at it. I'm happy about it. Another New Yorker captain for the World Baseball Classic. Going back to David Wright when he was Captain America, now Judge gets to be Captain America. That's kind of cool to see. I'm happy he gets to stay in New York. The ageless wonder, Kershaw, came back. 3 scoreless in his return. Nice moment, but, let's be honest here. He's really only there for a couple innings here and there. He'll probably be in the bullpen in the playoffs. And Spencer Strider for the Braves came back, 5 scoreless. That's how you really return. That's a night. He looked pretty damn good too, which Mets have dug. Excuse me. Braves have dug themselves a good hole. So we'll see if that helps them climb it out. And then Justin Steele for the Cubbies. Tough to say. Elbow surgery. They're not calling it Tommy John, but usually if you're a pitcher and you end up having elbow surgery, let's put 1 and 1 together. That makes Tommy John. The big take from all of this is that it's April, guys. Yankees didn't forget how to pitch, and Juan Soto didn't forget how to hit. But it seems like New York definitely has forgotten how to breathe. Take a minute, boys. Take a minute. Detroit limiting ticket sales, the Knicks aren't just coming. They're invading. The matchup's locked in. Cade Cunningham, he's a sacrificial ham. See what I did there? Taylor ham, glazed ham, Cade Cunningham. Knicks in 5. They don't want Knicks fans showing up. But here's the thing. Nobody travels like New York. Brunson goes down early, and somehow the Knicks click. They find it out. They figure it out. OG's giving you 28 a game. Bridges is giving you 21 a game. They found a groove without Brunson. Now that he's back, oh boy. Don't forget, he's the league leader in playoff points in only one season with the Knicks. Brunson's injury forced them to move the ball around and trust each other, which is what this team was missing. That and toughness. And with Robinson back, oh, they are so tough now. They're dangerous, one would even say. And I'll give Cade his credit. He's a certified hooper. He is. He's a damn good player. But the Garden in the playoffs, that's a different beast. Nice little welcoming party for him, huh? They play tough and they play scrappy. But we'll see how tough you want to be when 20,000 New Yorkers are screaming in your face. Welcome to your first time in the playoffs, kid. The meme with the NBA is always this league. And there's plenty of that to go around. First of all, the Nuggets, 3 seed, 6 seed, wherever they ended up, fired their coach and GM 5 games before the playoffs. And then the owner claims that it was months in the making and it was something we were going to do. So what's that? The All-Star break? That's a genius way to run the franchise. Without Melo and Jokic, this franchise would be hanging out with the Hornets. Oh, boy. And speaking of fucking front office comedy, the 76ers, the Philadelphia 76ers. Who thought Paul George and Joel Embiid was a good idea together? Yeah, 2 guys that never play. They're locked into a bloated roster, and they're keeping both their GM and coach, but saying things need to change. That's the best John Mara impression I've ever seen in my entire life. On our beautifully ran Instagram, at Rice on the Radio, this week, I ran a poll that was, what's worse for the game? Ohtani and friends or Luka and LeBron? Because Ohtani and Mookie and Freddie and Teoscar and all the pitchers, still 22 guys on the roster. 24, 22. Whereas Luka and LeBron, it's 11. And when you have 2 of the top 5, maybe top 4 players in the league on the same team, it's big trouble. And the results, overwhelmingly anti-Ohtani. No surprise there, though, because, Luka's number 77 Laker jersey is number 1 in sales, and he's been there, a month? Maybe? Coming to your local frat house, white boy who thinks he knows ball, rocking a Luka jersey. Lakers have a lot of potential to make some serious noise this year, and CBS is salivating over the potential ratings. If Golden State takes care of business with Houston, which they should, another young team, kind of like Detroit, plays fast, but Golden State should take care of it. Playoff Jimmy's a real thing. That means in the second round, you'll have LeBron versus Curry. Okay? And then probably OKC. So let's say LeBron takes care of Golden State, right? So that means in the Western Conference Final, you're looking at LeBron, OKC with Luka, who Luka took care of OKC last year before they went to the finals in Dallas. Then in the finals, you're looking at Cleveland versus LeBron or Celtics-Lakers. What's the record? Because it'll probably get broken. And I got to touch on the Bucks here. Damian Lillard, first round, out, blood clots. But if you ask me, that's the whole playoffs. Especially since I think the Bucks are going to get bounced in the first round anyway. But that leads me to the bigger point with Giannis, who might finally say, I'm out. Because here's the thing, okay? Giannis strikes me as the guy who loves basketball, and he works hard, and he fixes his game, and he doesn't really take games off. He might rest a little bit, but not like the other players. But I think he hates the long grind of it. He's built for the playoffs and to dominate in like 7-game series, not 82-game seasons. He wants to win. MVPs are cool, and being the Greek freak and having his weird sense of humor, that's all great. But I know he wants rings, okay? Plural. And is there a universe where him and Brunson are leading the Knicks to Glory Road, down the Canyon of Heroes? I think he'd take that call. I mean, him and Brunson, I think that's what he hoped for him and Lillard. And it never happened. You'd have to give up, I mean, shit. At the minimum, it probably starts with OG. Just to even make the money work, I guess. But, man, if there's a universe where Giannis is in New York and it's not with the Nets, and it's Brunson and Giannis, oh, it's a Knicks fan's wet dream. But, listen, playoffs are about to start, and I'm hyped, okay? I was talking some shit about the Knicks getting bounced in the first round, looking for some hot takes. Now, after reassessing, I'm all in. I'm all in. Give me the gentleman's sweep for the Knicks. And then it's on to Boston for an age-old rivalry. Go Knicks, boys. Go Knicks. Let's get this out of the way, because my blood's been boiling about something, and I gotta let it out. Okay, Aaron Rodgers is done. Not done physically, done here. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, he gone. Good riddance. Not because you're washed, not because you're a bad guy, even though you're a little douchey sometimes, but because you're a diva. A legend, no doubt. A first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. But a drama king in every step of the way. Look what you're putting Pittsburgh through right now. You have a standing contract with them. And you're doing throwing drills with DK, which, by the way, I don't know how that's not tampering. But, okay, fine. And now you're dragging it out to the draft to what? See who they take in the first round and maybe you'll go play for them? Bafangul. And yeah, I admit, I was all in, okay? I was the delusional Jet fan. I thought they were going to the bowl. I thought they were about to take over, going to run. But the truth? You want the truth? You didn't want to lead. You wanted to be courted. You wanted to be the philosopher king, not a quarterback. Talked about the sole Lombardi trophy and how it looked lonely and fed the fans everything they wanted to hear to get behind you. And what? Now you're mad about a phone call? About a meeting at 30 seconds, 20 minutes? Be real. If they didn't call you and just cut you, you'd say, they didn't even reach out to me. And even if they called you once, you'd say, wow, just one call? There's no winning with you. And not saying Aaron Glenn's name at all during your McAfee interview? Come on. That's petty and that's weak. And what, now you're mad at Glenn? Because what? Because he's setting the tone? Robert Saleh gets fired 4 games, and they replace him with a middle linebacker defensive coach that was in way over his head. Yeah, no shit. Everybody looked to you. So when Glenn says, I don't need guys looking back at you during a team meeting and make sure that we're doing the right thing, you, I, him, everyone understands exactly what the fuck he's saying and what he's trying to build. And that's the Parcells mentality that I've been so desperately looking for. You were the damn coach for 12 games last year, pretty much. You ran the show. You were the voice. Fuck, you picked your terrible offensive coordinator because what? You guys bonded over some movie quotes, some Austin Power quotes? Get the fuck out of here. So, of course, buyers, fans, teammates, whoever, they're going to look to you for direction. That's what happens when you're the guy commanding everything from the sideline without a headset. You can't be mad when people expect you to lead after you literally made yourself the fucking leader. Now, meanwhile, Aaron Glenn's setting the tone. Garrett Wilson, he's in. Sauce, he's in. Quinnen Williams, he was super vocal about you leaving. Yep, haven't heard anything from him. Seems like he's on track now. You think the team needed coddling? No. They needed direction. That was the issue last year. It wasn't talent. It was the coaching. And then they fired the coach, and they looked to you. And it was too much on your plate. Now that the plan's in motion, it's time to see what kind of coach Glenn really is. Table set. Locker room is locked in. And the bar, Jesus Christ, the bar for the Jets, it's not even that fucking high. Just make the damn playoffs. End the drought. That's it. That's literally all we're looking for here as a Jet fan. God, that's it. Use the draft, grab a tackle, and build the identity. Run the damn ball. Punch you in the mouth and rip the face mask off your opponent off on defense. That is what Bart Scott talked about all the time. When he came over to this team, he used to tell you all the time from the AFC North games, you felt those games 3 days after because how physical they were, okay? He brought that mentality to the Jets, and that's what Glenn is trying to bring. That's what wins games. And you know what? I don't even expect, even if you go on to go do good, whatever you're going to do, God bless. I don't expect Fields to be you or Mahomes or that kind of quarterback. He's not throwing for 35 touchdowns and 3,000 yards. But behind a monster O-line, he might run in 7. Oh, and Breece Hall and Braylon Allen, yeah, that's a two-headed monster that I'm willing to fucking stake my reputation to. Oh, and on top of it, too, Garrett Wilson gets to get to be the shifty receiver that he is with his college quarterback. Look, okay. I know it sounds dumb to say that I'm glad we got rid of a Hall of Fame quarterback, but I am. I'd rather have a stable regimen, a real identity, and a no-bullshit locker room, and hope that actually sticks. Not hope that evaporates with your next fucking Instagram post or your next McAfee interview, okay? As a Jet fan, today is a good day. It's a great day to be a Jet fan. I don't care how anyone spins it. We just added more hope to the bank, and that's worth more than whatever the fuck Rodgers is selling right now. There is hope, Jet fans. I promise you that. That's all I got for the league this week. Next episode, we'll go full war room getting ready for the draft. And that is a wrap on episode 8. Knicks are coming. Soto is going to be just fine. And Rodgers, well, he's probably halfway through his next darkness retreat. We'll be back next week with a full NFL draft breakdown. Who's rising, who went where, who reached, what the Jets did right, what the Giants did right, what they both did wrong. We'll cover it all. For now, though, follow the show at Rice on the Radio on Instagram. Tap in, vote on the polls, call the show 732-588-6869. Leave a message. I'll put you on the pod. I want to argue with you. Hell, maybe you'll even become a regular. Okay? Tell a friend. who needs better sports takes in their life, you got them right here on Rice on the Mics. And as always, tell someone you love them. Spread good energy in this world. What you give is what you get. Peace.